Welcome back to our podcast, everyone.
Welcome back.
Yes, I am Percy,
I am LD.
and you guys are listening to or watching
Oh.
Two Go Mike.
We're still working this thing.
Yeah, we're still working on it. We got a little ring rust right now. It's been a little minute.
You threw me off with the and what?
I know.
I actually prefer y'all to watch though. I think it's funny when you see our facial expression.
Yeah.
So
and we talk with our hands too. So like it gives when you watch, like you can feel.
Oh, it absolutely do. It absolutely do. So please feel free to check us out on YouTube. But if not, we're still available everywhere that you love your podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, comment.
Yes. Comment, interact with us, and follow us on our social media platforms as always. We can be found on Instagram.
Yep.
We can also be found on Twitter at Two Go Mike's podcast.
Well, the podcast can, but I cannot. I am working on it. It is on the list of things to do.
We might have to make that homework for you.
It is on a list of things to do. It just so happens to be it keeps getting pushed to the bottom.
Listen, it's low hanging fruit. You know, you
get to at the rate that Twitter is going. Are we sure she's going to be around much longer?
And then they got the memes on Instagram now. Like you can comment with a meme type thing, like how you.
Oh, I see. That's like a privilege for certain people. I'm not one of those people.
Oh, you can't do that?
No.
I'm not even aware if I could do it or not. So
I want to say it may be like a beta, like it's not rolled out to everybody. But I don't interact with Instagram content enough for me to even think that it would apply to me.
Yeah.
If that's
they're like, girl, please. You don't give us enough attention.
Exactly. That's literally what it's given. I don't give enough attention. So,
but how have you been, friend? What's been going on in your world?
Oh, y'all, we've been on break. We've been on vacation. I mean, not like an actual vacation.
I was gonna say, wait, where did we go?
We've been on a vacation from this, so we've been on a 2-week hiatus.
Oh yes.
It was not announced, but mental health is wealth, and we need to take a break.
Absolutely.
This is a lot. This is a lot of work, y'all.
It is.
This is a lot of work to do this. It's a lot of work to do it at the poor capacity in which we are doing it.
Right. We
the poor capacity to which we are doing it still take a lot of work.
You are looking at the team.
The team. This is
it. Mike's currently.
This is it. So everybody who was like, oh, you need to fix this, and fix that. Thank you. Still ain't fixed it, but thank you.
Right. Thank you, girl. I love y'all. Put in an application.
Because we need help.
Right. We can't pay right now, but it's coming.
We can't pay. We ain't even got attention to pay you. So.
Oh, we don't. We really don't.
No, I mean not in a negative way. Like we're just that busy. But life is life, but it's been a good little 2-week hiatus, and we are back for the second half of the season. How have you been?
I've been good. I feel very. I don't know. I'm trying to get. First of all, I'm trying to get back enthused to do what I'm supposed to do for my health and all that. That's not been going so well, so put that on the back burner. But other than that, like I made it out of tax season. Like that was a monster.
Tax season with work?
Well, not for work, but just for like my business. Like, because there's so many different forms and stuff I have to file just for my own personal business, and then have to do my individual taxes. Like, it was a lot.
Guess who filed an extension?
Listen, and that's the thing to do. That's the way to go, you guys. Don't just not file an extension and not do your taxes. You must file an extension, or you're gonna get penalized for it.
Every week I kept saying, I'm doing my taxes. I'm going to do the taxes. I just never had the energy for it.
It's draining.
It is draining. Like if the government knows what I owe, just send me the bill or the check.
And that's the T. The government don't know.
Send me the bill or the check.
I know.
They know if your taxes.
They know enough.
If your taxes are very simple, to where you work your 9 to 5, they know.
Yeah, with the W-2.
They know. Yeah, but if that takes out half the people. Like, just send them the bill or the check. But now you're going to make them go through the hoops to verify. And then for you to say yay or nay.
Oh, the girls are greedy. But yeah, so
speaking of the government.
Well, now that I'm done with it.
Speaking of the government, let's hop into our first segment.
You got some things.
The political rundown. As you know, the political rundown segment, we talk about some of those pressing political issues out here. We try to break it down into a more understandable, digestible bite.
Yes, for you all.
Or you are. I have an update this week, friend.
Okay, come. We love a good update.
I know. So the first update of tonight is an update on the Fox News versus Dominion court case. So as you all may have saw on TV or read, that the case has been settled for $787.5 million. Court
Big
case
bank.
has been settled, and it was not. Um, it was settled literally right before the case kicked off. Like the lawyers were there, the people were in their seats, the jury was like right before the court case kicked off. It was settled. With the settlement, Fox was not required to apologize on the air, though it did make a statement recognizing that the court had found certain claims about Dominion aired on its programming to be false. The settlement carried an implicit plea of no contest to several pretrial findings from Judge Eric M. Davis, and we'll talk a little bit about him. He presided over the case. He had written in one ruling that it was crystal clear that Fox's statements regarding Dominion and the election were untrue. Um, and for those of you all who don't know what no contest means, it means the defendant is not actually admitting any guilt, but is instead indicating that he or she is not challenging the charges. So a Fox pleading no contest is not, they're not saying that they did not lie to the American people. They're just simply saying that they're not going to fight those charges in court, which is, in my personal opinion, still an opinion, still guilt.
Yeah.
But that's not how the law works. Now, I found it interesting that the trial was set.
Mm-hmm.
It was Judge Eric M. Davis, who told both the defendant and the plaintiff, told both Fox and Dominion that they should try to resolve this matter outside of the court system. It actually gave them time to try to negotiate a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that quite interesting. It's interesting to me that the judge would say, hey, try to figure it out before the trial starts. Because I feel like the people need to kind of see this trial. It was one of the biggest libel. I mean, honestly, it was one of the biggest libel settlements ever in history, and it was going to be one of the biggest cases.
Right.
So why did Fox settle? Dominion asked for $1.6 billion, so of course they received half of that. The trial could have gone on for weeks, and it was going to be followed by years of appeal on either Dominion if they lost or Fox if they won. Without the settlement, Fox's biggest stars and top managers faced the prospect of testifying in public. As we talked about in previous weeks, a lot of text messages and emails were out there in discovery that a lot of their top figures, Rupert Murdoch, Tucker Carlson, Maria Bartiromo, and Sean Hannity, they were all going to be witnesses, and they all had communication with executives about how the big lie was just that, a lie, for Trump to try to steal the election. Like they knew that the election was not stolen. They knew the probability of Dominion's voting systems being hacked was 0 to none, but they continued to perpetuate that lie on national TV in support of the Republican Party and the Republican presidential nominee and President-elect Donald J. Trump at that time. What happens to other lawsuits against Fox? So right now, Fox is still
the girls are fighting.
They're still being sued
against it.
So not only did Dominion sue them, but another voting machine company called Smartmatic is demanding $2.7 billion in damages as well. Fox, of course, denied all wrongdoing and allegations. They said that they were simply reporting on information from the president at the time, which is President Trump.
Cop out.
Yep, absolutely. But we will probably see something similar in the Smartmatic versus Fox, where they will try to settle out of court. I really just think it depends on the leadership of their company. Dominions, their top executive, their leadership was okay with Fox not getting back on the air to say that they lied, that they were perpetuating the lie and then apologize. I found that very. I'm not gonna say it made me angry, but it made me disappointed in the democracy that we have that this lie, which led to the January 6th insurrection, we still dealing with the fallout of that, which led to a larger political divide in the country. That this company who decided, oh, we want to sue over it, but part of the settlement is not that you have to apologize on air.
Right, to admit to it.
To admit to it. To admit to anything. Even though people say, well, the payout is enough, it signifies that. But a lot of Fox News watchers are not getting their information from other sources.
So I would say, like, and a lot of viewers aren't. We're not getting that money either. Like, so it really ain't no benefit for the viewer. Like, what is the viewer getting out of it?
Exactly. So for the viewer, I feel like it would have been I feel like it would have been an important lesson to anybody who's watching the network to know that, yes, they are kind of putting out inaccuracies.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. I mean, that's the least that should have been,
because the statement was. If you're going to read the full statement, y'all, there's nothing. Like, it's not. You would think they did nothing wrong. But, like I said, it just depends on the leadership of the company. That's what they decided to settle upon. They kind of kept the settlement discussions like on the wraps for a while. And I read an article about the mediator that they had called in to the negotiator to kind of come in, bridge the two parties. There were tons of phone calls and Zooms. And at the 11th hour, they reached a settlement. We won't get to see that, but we may get to see a Smartmatic. It just depends on how far they're willing to go. We don't know.
The girls have covered their coin.
Actually, and well, there's a third lawsuit as well.
Oh,
previous Fox News employee, Abby Grossberg, was a producer. She accused them of coercing her to give misleading testimony, like under oath. In the Dominion case, and I guess when she refused to do so or said that she was not going to do it, they created a hostile work environment and discriminatory work environment for her. So she is suing them as well.
Good for her.
Exactly. Good for her.
You, Abby.
Interesting. The settlement topped the news on every other television network, newspaper outlet, but it appeared only on Fox News for the first 4 hours or so after the settlement became public. And total to date, it has only amounted to about 6 minutes of coverage. So now they have this large viewership who does not know or think that there was anything wrong.
Right.
And because Fox paid them, they're going to assume that, Fox is just trying to get it over with. They didn't want to do it, whatever. So they just gave them the money. It was a rock. They needed to get on air and say, hey, we knew that these things were false. The president did not try to steal. The election was not stolen. There's nothing wrong with the voting. Like it was so many lives that kind of whittle away at the democracy that needed to be addressed on Fox News. But anywho, but literally within the past 24 hours, the Fox News golden boy Tucker Carlson no longer works there.
Baby.
No longer works there. Tucker Carlson and Fox News ended their relationship.
And just so I can make sure that I'm understanding correctly, Tucker Carlson, right? He was supposed to be a witness for Dominion on Dominion's behalf against Fox, or was he on Fox's side in all of this?
Well, okay, so with the witness list, both sides get the question. The witness,
right?
Witness list. Dominion was calling him to the stand along with several other of the anchors and producers, to basically get them to admit that they knew what they were saying on the air on the night of the election and thereafter was false information. And they already had the text messages proving that they knew. Tucker Carlson included a lot of his private text messages and a lot of his private emails came out, some of them which where he was saying that he did not actually like President Donald J. Trump, and telling other people, other producers, other hosts that, hey, y'all, I know one of the text messages was, emails were like, we're almost to the point where we don't have to like talk about him at all. Like he does not like Donald Trump.
Right.
And he's their like biggest anchor at the time. and he did not like having to lie. But viewership and money, and there's a
And
lot of
I'm just
things
saying,
going to
like,
factor
just with
there.
the timeline of how close the events were, like, it seems a little retaliatory to me. That's why I asked that question with, what his position was as a
It
witness
was
and
definitely,
information.
I mean, from the outside looking in, the case being dropped, them settling,
Hmm.
it was definitely probably top of that.
Yeah. Ooh, the girls are fighting, child. Lord.
But Tucker Carlson, like I said, was their biggest draw. I'm sure he has several opportunities in his email at this
Mm.
point. A lot of his loyal followers are telling him to go to an outlet called Newsmax, very conservative news outlet. So who knows where he will end up? But I'm sure
Mm.
he's going to get paid to do that, and hopefully he stops lying.
Oops. Well,
Uh, moving on, within
moving
the
on, child.
same time span,
Oh Lord.
Don Lemon was fired from
Mm.
CNN. You see how the
Mm.
language is different?
Yes, I did.
Fired
I noticed that.
from CNN.
I try to be cute with it.
There's no cute.
There's no cute.
CNN said that they, ended their relationship. Don Lemon came right back, immediately said no. I found out through my agent,
Mm-hmm.
and no, none of y'all, none of the top management. He's been there for over 17
17.
years.
Yeah. That is wow. Imagine think you getting dressed, think you finna go to work.
Well, he was already on air this. He was already on air this morning.
So all this is going on
Mm-hmm.
while this man is physically at work.
Probably when he just left the building.
Child, that is the shadiest thing. And not one person walked up to that man and told him anything like that. Is
No.
shady after 17 years. This is why I tell y'all, make sure that you do stuff for yourself and you live this life for yourself. Because these jobs, you can be fired.
It's so funny. Like he was. It's so funny how Fox News, we're getting rid of Tucker Carlson, and then CNN's getting rid of Don Lemon.
Yeah.
He's not like the top reporter there,
In my
but
eyes, in my black
I mean,
eyes.
in your black eyes, but that's just so interesting
That is very interesting.
to me. I have no doubt that he will land on his feet, but honestly, CNN has. I feel like CNN has been looking for a reason to get rid of him for a long time. I
I
feel
feel
like,
like that.
well, when he first started, to be honest, he wasn't very like pro black.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a black gay man, but he was,
He has a white husband, right?
yeah,
Okay.
but he was not very like championing for black people and black rights. And so a lot of people still don't think that he does it enough.
Mm-hmm.
I have definitely seen his stance and like his opinion on things kind of shift to be more, but the movement itself has shifted. Like
Right.
since he started at CNN, we've had Black Lives Matter. We've had a lot of things happen to where he was kind of like
Maybe feel more
where,
comfortable speaking on those things.
well, yeah, where if you're a black reporter, you really had a line drawn in the sand. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can no longer tiptoe around these issues.
Mm-hmm.
As an African American or person of color, we can no longer do that. So, and he picked I feel like he picked the right side of the line. Definitely don't agree with everything he said, but as a late, he's definitely always been good to watch on CNN. So,
I think he'll be a big draw too. I'm pretty sure he'll find another news
absolutely,
outlet for sure to go to.
absolutely. I don't know if I want to see him back on a news outlet. I kind of
But you want to see him on BET if Tyler Perry
no. I definitely
wins suit?
shout out to Tyler Perry. I don't want to see him on BT. I want to see him do his own thing. I think
Okay.
he draws that. I would love to see him do his. I want him to do his own thing. And if that has to be at another network, then hopefully he makes sure it's a situation where he has complete ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Because when someone is tied to a network, you can't say everything that you think.
Right.
We've seen it happen. You're representing the network and what the
mm-hmm.
network's views are.
Right.
So I would love to hear and say what he thinks, kind of unmitigated.
Mm-hmm.
Just raw. I would love to see that or hear that from him, especially on politics.
It would be interesting.
It will be. It will be. I think we will really get to see like the real Don Lemon. Like, where do you really stand on some issues? So definitely wishing him the best of luck.
Yes. All the best to you, Don.
All the best.
The girl's trying to play in your face, but you gonna bounce
did.
back. It don't matter.
Look, when they play in your face, spit in there. So
period. When they go low, you go lower. Okay,
take it to hell.
take it all the way down.
Okay, y'all, we have to talk about a lot of shootings that have happened. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl, we've heard the story, was going to meet with his brothers, run the wrong doorbell, and was shot multiple times. He then went door to door asking for help, but nobody did until he was seen laying down, dying in the street. The homeowner, Andrew Lester, he's out on $200,000 bond, due back in court on June 1st. It remains unclear whether the stand your ground laws will play a role in Lester's case. This law, stand your ground laws that allow people to respond to threats of force without fear of criminal prosecution in any place where a person has the right to be. Don't think that's going to stand. The judge and the jury of public opinion is already out that he was not a threat. It's just, you know what? Let me go through.
Yeah, just go for me.
There was another incident. 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was in the car with her friends. She pulled into a man's driveway to turn around. We've all done it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it several times, but was shot and killed.
Ridiculous.
Another incident. Cheerleader Heather Roth tried to open the door to the wrong car in the parking lot. She realized her mistake, went to the right car with her friends. The owner of the other car approached and confronted them. They explained the situation to the owner of the other car before he shot Roth and her teammate Peyton Washington. So here we are. I want to say we're up to 4. I know we kind of went over 3. I want to say we're up to 4 of these incidents now.
That we know of.
Where people are trigger happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is sad. I want to say without a doubt that we know Ralph Yarl. We know his situation was due to racism. You saw a black man, well, a black boy, because it's not a man. Let's be very clear. Right. I don't want to do what the media does and try to age up our children. But you saw a young black boy at your door, and because he was black, you assumed that he was trying to break in. Mm. It's not illegal for people to knock on your door. It's not illegal for people to pull up in your driveway.
It is not.
It's not illegal for people to touch your dog car. It's not illegal. It's never been illegal. It's never been illegal. You know what would mitigate all these situations, friend?
I have a good idea.
Do you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Maybe a little gun control, maybe.
Words right out of my mouth. You know, it's guns, people. It's guns.
It's absolutely
very clear.
Ridiculous. And then also the stand your ground law, because I think that needs to be educated more too. Like it all plays into gun control, just period. But like with the stand your ground law, like you can't just shoot somebody just because they're in your yard. Like that's not how that works. Like you have to actually be in fear of your life. If you're not in fear of your life, stand your ground does not work for you, baby, and you're going to jail. This little black boy, as my friend said, knocking on your door is not a threat to you. You don't have right just to just step in to take someone's life just because it's convenient to you and you got a gun and you trigger happy. No. And that's why everyone doesn't need a gun. They need to be properly trained. You need to be going through all these different courses. Stand your ground. I'm not with it.
Exactly. You require someone to come in, renew their passport, renew their license.
Period.
Renew their teacher's license, renew their nurse's license.
Period.
Any license you get, you have to renew it in the country of America. But anyone can literally go buy a gun.
Absolutely insane.
As of now, like I said, our state of Tennessee, no license required. You can just go and buy. You never have to have a class in your life. I've read that gun purchases have been up since the beginning of COVID, even though the number of mass shootings has increased. I wanted to take a second to give this breakdown of what the Second Amendment is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just was like, let me go back to the Bill of Rights. Let's go
Take
back
us
to the
on back,
Constitution.
friend.
The framers, the people who framed the Constitution for the United States of America, their intention with the Second Amendment was to ensure
Come on,
that the
framers.
American people had the right to bear arms in order to maintain a well regulated militia. Keep that in your thought. At the time of drafting the Constitution, there was a concern among the framers that a standing army could be used to oppress the people. So they wanted to provide a system of armed citizens who could defend themselves and their communities. In the late 18th century, when all this was taking place, um, the United States had just won their independence from Britain.
Mm-hmm.
So, in large part, was due to the efforts of those organized citizens of the colonies
Mm-hmm.
and their weapons. Because there was, our former military was, very informal at the time.
Right.
Now, in this century, we have a well regulated militia called the U.S. military.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not as necessary that everyone has the right to own any type of weapon. Also, you have to think in mind when the framers wrote the Constitution about the right to bear arms, there were no semi-automatic weapons. There were no machine guns, really no single-handed shotguns. None of the weapons that you can go and get at the hunting goods store. But you might be able to find like a musket or something. I don't know. None of these weapons were available when they wrote the Constitution. So I always found it odd that hard leaning, right wing conservatives, or a lot of people call themselves constitutionalists, like they want, we're going to take the Constitution for its word at its word, cannot seem to grasp that the things that you're fighting for, they did not have.
Mm-hmm.
So what they put in writing does not. You would think that it does not apply because they
Right.
didn't have this, so they were not protecting it because it didn't exist. So I just wanted to put that out there of what state of mind the framers were in when they wrote that citizens should have the right to bear arms. And I want to say this as a note: I'm not against the right to bear arms. I'm not, child. You want your little pocket rocket? Get you a little pocket rocket.
Right.
But
Same.
it should come with regulation.
Absolutely.
It should come with renewal.
Mm-hmm.
It can take a life. It should come with a background check.
Right.
It should come with proper training.
And because you have people like police officers that make mistakes, and they are trained to utilize guns, and they don't always use them in the right moments.
Exactly.
So it's like, why would you do
Exactly.
that and just hand it over to a citizen that has had no training at all whatsoever?
If I
It's
have
ridiculous.
to have a license, I know people are tired of hearing it, but if you have to have a license to operate a motor vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
operate a forklift, CDL to drive a
And
truck.
why do you have a license for that? Why do you have to go and get an actual driver's license, friend? Because it's dangerous to drive a vehicle. You can actually cause harm to someone. You can kill someone in a car accident. You can kill yourself. You can cause harm to yourself or others. So you need a license to say, "Hey, I know how to operate this vehicle. I know how to read the signs, all the type of stuff, traffic. You're aware of it. It's for reasons, for
Exactly.
protection."
I need to take a deep dive into the NRA. I want to see. Well, I mean, we know who they're giving money to, but there has to be.
Sure.
Honestly, we don't know what else has to happen for them to get out of bed with the NRA, for us to have effective gun legislation. Let's not forget, even with the two Justins, it's almost like they used the expelling of those two black men to change the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So now the moment has passed, and we still don't have gun legislation. We're still talking about the two Justins, which, in right, they deserve to be talked about. But the Justins even said, let's not forget what we were fighting for, because they will they would use that moment to make you forget.
Yep. It's all about distraction, smoke and mirrors. They do it all the time.
Let's talk about something a little bit more of a. It's positive. Minnesota Senate passes a bill to ban conversion therapy for LGBTQ people. They joined 20 other states that have clamped down and discredited the practice. For those of you all who don't know, conversion therapy dates back to the early 20th century. It emerges as an attempt to cure homosexuality. So
Because I'm so sitting up here, I'm like conversion therapy. I'm like, okay, is that for the trans girls when they trying to convert over? Like,
no, it's for gay people. So earlier in the century, not really. I mean, some people you may find a camp here or there, but mental health practitioners, doctors, everyone has already kind of for years have been saying like this does not work. Like you cannot cure gay. So there used to be these camps.
I'm here to tell you
programs that you send you could send someone to try to make them straight.
So they're just making money off people, just playing with their emotions.
And to be honest, not only that, but downright like torturing. They're torturing people.
I mean, because
physically, physically beating, like trying to get them to be straight. It's a whole lot. You can take a deep dive into the scary hole that is conversion therapy, but it has been banned in the state of Minnesota. So shout out to the Minnesota Senate for that.
Definitely shout out to y'all for that. I didn't even know this type of stuff was going
on. Of course, all Democratic support. They also had 2 Republicans who supported the measure as well, and it's just waiting to be signed. So by the time you hear this episode of the podcast, the Democratic governor will hopefully have signed the bill because it was passed by Democrats.
Wow.
Yeah. Conversion therapy is scary. And honestly, it was put on by a lot of Christian groups.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
We have to get into religion in that one day.
Yeah, really.
But not today. I don't have the patience.
Or the energy, because, baby, that's a topic.
But just to keep you up on LGBTQ rights, currently there are 469 bills nationwide targeting drag shows, gender affirming care, and LGBTQ related issues. If you want to find out what's happening in your state, what's happening in your neighboring state, nationwide, the ACLU, you can go to their website, the ACLU, they have a tracker that is mapping the attacks on LGBTQ rights in the U.S. state legislators. I played around with it last night, so I could get a lot of information from them. Mm-hmm. So check it out. See what's happening in your state. It's literally almost every state. So,
and shout out to the ACLU for doing that. Because that's great that they're putting that information out there to make LGBTQ aware of all of the bills that are going on nationwide.
Oh yeah,
that's very dope.
If you kind of like pay attention, the Republican Party has shifted to state legislators. I mean, they've always been everywhere, but I feel like the focus now is primarily we all know it's states' rights. Mm-hmm. It's state rights. So,
and we need to be focused there as well.
We need to be focused there as well. I need the Democrats to pull themselves up.
Right. Let's get active.
Let's get focused. We'll talk about them next week.
Yeah.
Next week, you guys for the political rundown. I'm sorry, not you guys. Next week, you all for the political rundown. I think we're going to go through people are starting to pop up in the presidential race for the primaries. Ooh. So we need to go down the list and see who's running. I'm going to tell you all who's running on both sides. I'm going to tell you where you should know them from. I'm going to give you a breakdown of all the people.
Well, yeah.
That wraps it up with the political rundown. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any political questions or ideas or ideologies that you would like me or us to break down, send us a DM to the podcast or comment. Leave us a comment. We'll definitely get to it.
Yes. Okay, so now let's switch gears. Yeah, I know there's a lot with the rundown, but it's a lot going on.
I know, we've been off for 2 weeks. We have been off for 2 weeks.
Right.
So I was like, I need to give so many updates. There was so much stuff that I wanted to talk about that I did not have time.
Yes.
So we'll be back.
Yes. So now that you guys have been enlightened, let's get to these streets, child. They are calling,
Chirp chirp.
and
Now you do
apparently, child,
And the police.
the police calling.
Let me grab my thing.
Get your thing, child. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about Patrick Ian Polk. He just announced the return of Noah's Ark in 2023. I did not know this. This is
He just announced the news. So for those of you who don't know, director Patrick Ian Polk shared the news while accepting his Lifetime Achievement Award at the second annual Speak Out I Am Awards in D.C. He was accompanied by a majority of the main cast.
Yes.
He said he'll be back in 2023.
I was going to ask.
I am elated. Honestly, y'all, to be a young, black, questioning kid, a gay kid, there was no representation.
No.
No representation. To be gay and a person of color is truly a intersection where you kind of feel alone. And now, there are a lot of people out here now. Thankful for all those people who are kind of leading and trailblazing on those paths of making us more visible.
Yes.
But when we don't even know, but when we were coming up, there was nothing. And the people before us, your uncles, your maybe your dads, your fathers, your cousins, your brothers, there was absolutely nothing. So Noah's Ark was I think it was the first black, gay, syndicated TV show. It was it was real. It was real life experiences. It was
real gay issues.
Really real black.
Funny.
I'm going to just say gay, but real black, gay issues, which are very important. Not whitewashed, even though it was on logo. But I wasn't really hip to watch it on logo. I don't think I was old enough to even know what I was watching when it came.
So you watched back then?
I watched the replays on BTJ.
BTJ. What is BTJ?
BT. See, I was a cable girl. BT, I had satellite. So BT had, before there was Centric. Do they have Centric now? I don't have cable anymore.
Yeah.
But before there was Centric, there was BT Her.
Yeah.
Before there was
She's still out there.
Oh, okay. Well, before there was BT Her, there was BTJ. BT Jazz. Okay. So it used to be a lot of neo soul content, neo soul artists. And they play reruns of Noah's Ark on BTJ at night. And they play reruns of the Soul Food TV series. Love that. Shout out to those.
Yeah, shout out to Soul Food too.
Soul Food TV.
Classic.
But that's what I caught it on the rerun. One night I was like, now who is this queen on TV? And then I just tuned in. I was literally in middle school. So really trying to figure out what is going on. And lo and behold, they were on my TV screen. So I'm so excited. They never got the justice they deserved. And it only lasted 2 seasons. If you have not checked out Noah's Ark,
and they did a movie,
and they did the reunion, the Corona episode for the 20th year, which is in 2020, and that's on YouTube. You can find the first 2 episodes for free on Logo's YouTube.
This is where I watched. This is where I caught up, Chad. All on YouTube.
And you can watch the coronavirus, the 20th anniversary special. You can watch that as well. And the movie's probably on YouTube as well.
It is.
The Amazon Prime has all the seasons, the 2 seasons. But if you have not watched Noah's Ark, I don't think she's free. I think you have to purchase her.
I got Amazon Prime, so
right. But I'm saying
I still have to purchase.
I think you have to purchase. It's not a free watch, but it's on Amazon for you to purchase. But
no, ma'am.
With them coming back, I want to say for sure that the episodes will be out there for free. So depending on where the show is landing, what network is going to be on, they're probably going to, put the rest of the episodes out there.
Well, I will definitely be watching, and I encourage you all, even if you haven't watched.
I'm so excited.
Go back, watch, and tune in
tune in. Tell us what you think. If you are tuning in as an ally or
we love our allies, Chad.
And you've never heard of this series, it is so black and gay and amazing, and it gives you really good insight into what the culture is for us, because it's different for us than the other girls.
Right.
Love the other girls, but it's It's different. It's a difference when you're at the intersection. We talked about this.
We
So
did.
shout out. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been fanboying like since
Yeah.
heard the news. I just could
And I'm just
cry.
finding out honestly with you all. So I am excited. That is great news. So I will be tuning in today. I can't wait to tell Keith too, because he's the one who
Tell
put me
Keith.
on.
Did y'all watch the Corona special?
I did. I don't know if he did.
Watch
but I definitely did.
Started with the series, then the movie, then the Corona special. The Corona special has Wanda Sykes, has Titus Burgess, like some real heavy hitters.
Yes.
Patrick M. Polk is legend in this business. So,
Legendary.
What else we got in the street?
Yeah, so we're going to keep our eyes out and our ears out for that. But besides that, this Sunday, of course, we had this highly anticipated fight between Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Did you watch, friend?
Child, I don't know who those people are.
That's fine, child. But it was hot case. Me and my nephew, we were talking about it the entire
Why
time.
I just found out Gervonta Davis is a boxer. Like I've seen him like on the blogs. I don't know. I've never known what he does.
You thought he was like a rapper or something?
Yes.
He could give it. I could see him being a rapper. But yeah, so they had a legendary fight. Gervonta Davis, of course, won the fight, and he improves to 29-0, with 27 of those being knockouts, including the fight on Sunday, which he won against Ryan. It was highly anticipated. Ryan, of course, he's an amazing fighter. He's known for his quick jabs. I'm not a boxer fan, but like,
is he though? Did he come out and say he had like a rat in his camp or something, stuff like that?
Child, them excuses. We're not even going to acknowledge that here on our platform. We just talk about the facts. The fact
I saw the excuses.
He lost. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. But he is a great fighter. It was a great match up until the 7th round with 7 rounds, and Gervonta caught him with a left right there in the chest. Child, he went down. Blood was coming out. I felt that punch. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But they're great fighters, and they make me want to watch boxing more. I didn't catch the entire fight because it's my aunt's birthday party, but I caught the highlights.
To auntie.
Yeah, shout out to my auntie for her 70th birthday. Happy birthday, Eloise. Her birthday is actually tomorrow, but we celebrate this weekend. It was a great time. But yeah, so I think it was a great fight, and it got me more interested in boxing. So maybe I'll pick up the sport and get into it a little more. But
yeah, I saw that Rumble on the corner. I want to try it out.
I saw that too. So I thought it was like a store though, like we just go buy apparel.
I was telling my boo, I was like, I want to go back to the cycle, but Percy owed them people money.
Child, they don't want to see me. I can't go. I need an alias to pop back
in. Person can't go back to the place. That was a good workout, but it's like that though. Yeah. It's like a group workout. They have the boxing thing. They have music.
I want to do it.
It would just be like that.
We got to do it. We're doing it now. Because I can't go to cycle. I want to go back to cycle.
So you can't go to cycle. I want to go so bad. Child, don't be mad if you get on Instagram, you see me enjoy in the cycle bar.
I ain't gonna be mad, because I know I can't pop up in there. They looking for me. It's hot in the streets for me.
Sign up as your boo. I remember them checking my IDs.
They probably got my face
plastered on the wall. Pay that money.
They probably got inches on that now.
Pay them people.
But we're gonna do boxing. Let me know when y'all go rumbling. I'll go rumble with y'all.
Okay, so you got a time this week. I'm gonna see if we can set it up for next week.
Okay, cool.
I'll let her do it.
Cool. That sounds exciting. Okay, speaking of boxing, Ashanti and Nelly were in Las Vegas also for the fight.
I'm gonna say, where this going?
Yeah, they were in town for the fight in Las Vegas. All the celebrities pop out for a good rumble. Nothing brings the girls out like a good fight. And they actually performed their song together, Body on Me, and allegedly they are back together.
I love it.
I love it too. I was going to ask you if you cared or not, friend. And
I mean, I don't really care, but I like it.
I love it.
I know. Like, I like Nelly.
Same.
And I love Ashanti.
They look good together.
Ashanti's unproblematic queen. She can do no wrong. She's one of those. They look.
And she looks amazing.
Together.
Oh, yeah. No shade to him, too. Yeah, he looks good, too.
No, I mean, honestly, they both look great. I'm glad they back together. I feel like it works for them.
But that's what I was going to ask you. Now, because, of course, they broke up. They broke it off. They went on, did their own careers and their lives.
Right.
One beef And then they got back together.
They got back together. He has had his children.
Mm-hmm.
They are grown.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I want to ask you: could you double back?
No.
Ah, that was so fast. I love it. Same. Why? Why?
I don't think there's nobody back
what if
there.
What if it's your Nelly?
I'm not even answering those types of questions. There's nobody back there that I would like double back.
I'm saying, okay, hypothetically, we're talking about current because we ain't think
right.
Yeah, we ain't think about none of them wackos. We're talking about okay, if hypothetically, I don't even want to say it, but if you and Kerry were to split, he came back around and he was like, you want no doubt in your mind it's a no.
It's a no. I left for a reason. He left for a reason. No. I don't know. I don't think that
You can't really answer until you're in that situation.
I mean, but generally, I'm probably gonna say no.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's a Pisces thing. Like when I cut off, it's gonna be cut off because
we give chances too. So
I give chances.
If you mess up and you get to that point, you deserve it.
I give chances. But also, when we think about breakups, we only think about like instances where things go wrong, where people really you can really grow apart from someone.
You can.
Like the growth for y'all is just not there. So either way it go, I know if it ends, it's ending for. I don't know if I would double back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like. Well, you know what? In that instance where it's a growth thing, like we're just not growing at the same pace, growing well together. In the future, if it comes back around and we're in the same place and we're kind of ready to try it again,
meet each other where we
if we're like in that same place where we've kind of grown to the same level, it's a very much. It's an add-in relationship on both sides. Like we're both benefiting equally.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Ashanti and Nelly give me.
Yeah,
because it's like you said to your point. It's been years in between. They had time to grow, develop, and they probably realized like, hey, you know what? The thing that Ashanti was tripping about, the thing that Nelly was tripping about, they were right about it. I need to work on it. I fixed it now, and I'm better for it.
He's had his fun. He's had his children. He's been in other long-term relationships with other people, which sometimes like the person that you need to be with needs to do that. Be with somebody else long-term to see, try to learn something else from their relationship. Learn something that you probably could not teach them. They probably need to go and learn it somewhere else. But it's been 10, 20, 30 years. They met back up. If it's working for them, it's working for them.
Yeah, I'm with you though.
They're both. I feel like their careers are kind of like not similar, but in the same space now. To where they don't have to be. What?
Nothing. I can't say.
You see who the shady person is.
I didn't say anything though.
You see who the shady person is. It's just the fact that I just said their careers are in the same space.
Oh, child.
When I say that, it's like, of course they're still having a moment because
I didn't say that.
They still very much having a moment.
Ashanti, Nelly, I love both of y'all. Honestly.
But like, it's not. He's not like the most popular rapper right now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he's not one of the young Thundercats.
And she's not one of the,
right. Young Thundercats, right? They got their music, they do the show,
and they're better together too. I love seeing them together, and I'm be stopping them.
I do too.
They look good. Okay, off of that.
No, you didn't answer, but you double back.
That's why I was trying to move on.
Oh no, sir.
I already told you, I'm with you though. I do not believe in doubling back unless you done doubled up your money and now you on Diddy status, and now I gotta be Carisha.
Period.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
A monthly allowance.
Right. $100K allowance is it? Nah, I'm just playing. Well, I'm not playing.
But now, if you go to the casino, you hit that number, you come back and see.
Don't forget who held you down. Now.
Don't forget who taught you those things.
Right. But moving on, so this little topic here I want to get into was very interesting. This was brought to my attention by TMZ. Jessie James Decker. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Of course, not me either. She's a country pop singer. Also known from her reality show, apparently,
What's a
with her
reality show? We
husband.
know the
I
reality
don't know
show.
the name of it, but it's with Eric Decker, which is her husband. If y'all know this person, go check her out.
Mm-hmm.
But she's highly upset with United Airlines. Child, ask me why.
Why?
Because United Airlines flight
What she
attendant
do wrong?
forced her sister to clean up the popcorn that her child dropped on the floor. Who's right or wrong? You tell me, friend.
Did you say?
Right. Who's right or wrong?
Okay, so I'm looking at the pictures, y'all. So my first question is gonna be: let me see how much popcorn it is.
Mm-hmm. What you thinking? Is it enough for you to pick it up, or should the flight attendant let it slide?
Everybody's wrong in the situation.
Really?
Yeah, everybody's wrong.
I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Everybody's wrong because shout out to all my wonderful flight attendants.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out there listening, I want a good experience.
Come
Everybody's wrong because the flight attendant,
on.
the cleaning crew of the plane should have cleaned it. My understanding of how the flight attendant thing works is when you get off the plane, they get off the plane. A cleaning crew comes really quick. You've seen them run on and run off,
right?
Wipe or whatever, or sometimes I've seen the flight crew do it. Let's pick it up. But also, if it were me,
mm-hmm.
and me or my child wasted a significant amount of things on the floor, automatically, even now, like I would pick it up.
Right.
That's just me. So I just like the flight
because you're not nasty, right?
I'm not nasty. So I'm like, oh, I waste my automatic. I can be in a grocery store. Oh, I waste. Let me pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I go say, hey, I got pep. Like that's me. I'm one of those people who's like,
yeah.
I will go to the work and like, hey, you can just give me the things. I will pick it. Like it's not no. This is kind of how my.
But no, I ain't gonna do nothing.
Just give me the things. I will pick it up. Now, but now once they say, oh no, I got it.
Because you look for
yours.
You look for them to say that.
But if they just handed me a roll of pepper towel, like you wipe your own table, like it's not a. Girl. I asked for it. Yeah, you know. But I'm just one of those.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those. But now if you got a vacuum back there, don't talk to me.
Right. It's easier for you.
It's easier for you.
But I kind of got the flight attendant side. Like
I get the flight
clean
attendant
up behind your child. Period. Like just like you would clean up behind yourself. Like if I handed your child some popcorn or whatever the case may be, you hand your child some popcorn. It's the expectation of cleaning up behind yourself.
It is, and it's kind of one of those things where, of course, they always say, bring snacks for your child on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Your child is a very small toddler. You have to be cognizant of the fact that, hey, they may throw a lot of these small items on the plane.
Right.
And a lot of times we've been on, me, you and I have been to the airport numerous, too many times to count together to where we've hello,
we out here,
we outside all summer, but we've seen where people will literally get off the plane and 5 minutes later we have to board, so it may not be enough time to sit and pick up. But I kind of feel like if you see a child throwing on the ground, stop them and just pick it up.
Right, and then they even come around with a little bag towards the end of the flight with all your trash because they're trying to expedite the process as much as possible as well. So, note to the wise.
Oh, I was thinking of this situation. For the flight attendant, it may seem like you're sitting with your child, seeing them drop the popcorn, lose it. It's easier for you to.
You can mitigate it.
You can mitigate, and you can be picking it up while the flight attendant is doing, taking care of the other 65 people that is on the plane.
Right, because the first thing in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me get the popcorn bag, and I'll hand her the portion. Because she's watching her iPad. She's, she mind her business. She looks like she's being a good child on the plane. You want them to be, sitting and having something to take their attention away from the fact that they're traveling with all these different people, which can be stressful. So it's like,
but I think it's a little bit of entitlement as well.
Definitely gave me entitlement.
That's a little bit of
entitlement. And it gave me nasty as well.
It did. And, I was going to say that because of COVID, I just kind of feel like, yes, people, we know you go places, you want it to be clean. There are cleaning people there. Because a lot of dirt and germs are like byproducts of just everyday action. But this is something that you were seeing. You possibly could have stopped. You could have mitigated the situation. You were sitting next to the situation. and you just refuse to pick it up because there's somebody to do that for me. That's never the right attitude
Exactly.
to have.
Yeah.
That's never the right attitude to have.
So if you got that attitude, please work on yourself.
That's like you literally standing at the drink machine, pouring your drink on the ground. Like, I don't have to pick it up.
Oh, they have a janitor.
I got a janitor. Yeah, there's a janitor.
Yeah.
There's a janitor. I'm just gonna purposely make it nasty.
This is your
because
job.
There's a janitor.
Yeah.
And even though your child wasted it, you're the parent. You're there. You purposely left it there because you wanted somebody else to clean up your mess. You should clean up your mess. Be human. People, be human.
Right.
Be human. Jeez.
Child. So enough of the messy popcorn. Clean up behind yourself, child. Wherever you go, whether you're on the plane, bus, in Walmart, clean up behind yourself.
Because one thing I'm not gonna do is sit and argue with nobody now.
Period.
I wouldn't have been standing there long enough for her to take a picture. I would have been gone. Okay, bye.
Bye, girl.
Come on, baby.
You and this baby gone.
Gone.
So let's get into this. Okay, we just jumped off the United Airlines flight. Let's go to Delta real quick.
All right.
To talk about Designer. Because he too was on the flight. I ain't gonna even get to it.
I have none of it.
I ain't gonna get to it, but allegedly, Designer was charged with indecent exposure following a plane incident. He was flying Delta, of course. So according to TMZ, last week, Designer released a statement announcing that he would be checking into a facility to get help with his mental health after recently exposing himself while on an international flight. Now he has been charged for the incident, and according to the documents obtained by TMZ, Designer is officially being charged with indecent exposure. The documents give more details about what actually happened during the flight, which led to the authorities getting involved. So the rapper was reportedly in first class on the Delta flight. We flying Delta later on, but we will not be doing these type of activities.
That's the activities. I'm kind of scared.
He was on the Delta flight indulging in self-stimulation within his seat.
See, this type of then you want somebody else to come behind you and clean it up.
Speaking of cleaning up after yourself.
Come on. Come on. Now I see why Naomi Campbell gets on the plane and does what she does.
What Naomi?
You never seen
Naomi Campbell? I can see Naomi being bougie as hell.
Go to YouTube, type in Naomi Campbell cleaning plane.
Oh, child, I'm doing it.
She comes in with a mask, pretty much a full suit. She's spraying, wiping.
Love
it. Holding up the line, cleaning her area. I see why.
Oh, girl.
This ain't giving mental illness. This is giving I got caught.
It is not. He trying to spin it, but that's not for me to say.
It's not for me to say.
Yeah. We're just two friends having a conversation.
We are.
It's not for us to say
I'm
if
a
he's dealing with
proponent of mental health.
We are.
But this is just
This ain't sounding right.
Not even.
Hold on, let me continue reading, Jazz.
I can't take any more of that.
You can't take it? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. He was reportedly told by the flight attendants to stop multiple times before he was moved to the back of the plane to be monitored by his two friends. Now, the FBI affidavit also stated, this part made me fall out, that a jar of Vaseline fell into the aisle as he was getting up to change seats. Child, Lord have mercy. So apparently he was indulging in this activity.
Because there was intention there.
He was attracted to the flight attendant. That's what they're going to say. Yeah. They said the documents continue to state that the Designer said he was aroused by the flight attendant. So this completely takes out the mental illness part to me. I don't know. When people struggle with sex addiction, they struggle with porn and masturbation and things like that.
They do, but you brought if it was a dry rub, okay,
No, ma'am, he had equipment.
But you brought the necessities.
Yes, he was prepared
for yourself. You pulled that up out your check, your check bag, your carrier.
Yes.
Oh, I got this.
Whew.
A jar, sir.
A jar.
No, it's probably one of them little mini, the one you get for your lips.
No, he probably had the jar. He probably was.
No. Clean up about yourself, Designer.
Please do.
Please.
Just clean up your act. Just clean up yourself together.
And I know some of them pews were left on the seat.
Ooh.
Child.
Oh, see, I don't even want
See, that's why I could. That's why I'm glad I can't afford to fly first class.
to. Lord, oh, they be getting nasty in the back too, child. But we ain't
Mm-mm.
gonna get into it.
Nah, cause
All
put
right.
me on the end of the row. I need to see the people walking that up and down.
All right. So just that was just a little light topic. So let's go ahead and reel it back in. Let's talk about Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys don't know, or if you haven't already heard, that Jamie Foxx, he was on April the 11th. He was taken to the hospital for some type of medical condition. It appears to be very serious and obviously some type of threat to his life. He had to be removed from filming from the current film that he's doing for Netflix called Back in Action. They have like a couple more days left in filming. Well, a few more days left into filming, but Jamie Foxx wasn't able to do that because he had this health issue going on. They still haven't identified what that health issue or health scare was. It has been alleged that it's possibly a stroke or something of some sort.
Oh no,
Yeah, I know, and we love Jamie Foxx, and he's an immense talent. First of all,
absolutely.
comedian, uh, beautiful singer, pianist,
Singer,
actor.
musician, and like
Yeah, like he does
Jamie
it
Foxx is
all.
out the name.
And he was one of the first to be like, the first that I seen to do like multiple things, to like cross over to music and to do acting
And to truly be successful
and right,
in all of his
absolutely.
endeavors. Yeah.
So, but great news. Nick Cannon reported that Jamie Foxx is now awake. He's doing well. So that's great news. I just wanted to update you guys on that. Shout out to God for looking out for our boy Jamie Foxx.
Shout out.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a long recovery. But yeah, we wish the best for him. They are currently doing a stunt double to finish the film for the last 8 days of filming. And again, like I said, this going to be a movie on Netflix called Back in
I know. I
Action.
just kind of
So,
feel like they should have kind of kept that a little under wraps
what do you mean?
with the Sun Double,
Hmm.
because it comes off like I definitely I want to say I can understand it from like a business perspective, like
To get it finished,
yeah, and it if all the scenes
and
were
I believe he's a
done
producer on it too.
right,
Jamie Foxx
if all
is.
the scenes where he were needed are done, then you would move on to the Sun Double and complete the stunts, but
Hmm.
I feel like the world is kind of putting out their praying hands, and it's like, oh well, we're gonna put the stunt double in. I don't know that sent the right message to a lot of people. I saw a lot of backlash about that.
Really, but
Yeah,
this is what I want to say too. Like Jamie Foxx had a say so in there because he's a producer on the film. So it's like I'm pretty sure he was like he gave the thumbs up, like okay, go ahead without me because I'm dealing with something. And that also kind of like let me know like it must be something very serious as
true. But
well.
then people read. He was there in a coma at one point as well.
Hmm.
So you know, mixed message. But
Yeah.
we're
Well,
glad
all
he's
the best.
awake.
Yeah, all the best, and I hope the film turns out great. All right, child. Let's talk about Megan Trainor. Let's get into her.
And she's all about that bass, about that bass.
Hey,
With trouble.
did you want
Mhm.
to talk about her? Because I
I
don't.
do. She says she's so sorry for her remarks about uh, teachers. So Megan Turner has a podcast as well. It's called Working on It. She co-hosted with her brother. They had an episode where they had a special guest. The special guest was, of course, talking about gun rights. The conversation kind of went into them homeschooling their kids. They don't want to have to send their kids to school with bulletproof backpacks and all of that. Guest
Agreed.
Trisha Paytas spoke about her negative experiences with educators, as well as fears over potential bullies. To which trainer added, "F teachers, do." Now,
Child.
the girls were not pleased with Megan Trainor's statement about teachers. Um, it's very materialistic because she has the opportunity to homeschool her kids. Um, She did release a statement, an apology, but still, the teachers are upset. The girls are upset because everybody does not have their privilege to be able to stay home to homeschool their kids or afford to send their kids to private school, which is what the conversation was surrounding how they're going to homeschool. She's going to homeschool her children. Her excuse was that she herself were bullied by teachers. So she does not like teachers, but she does like teachers. See how confusing that is?
That's very confusing. I don't get your point.
I don't. I have several friends in education, and they told me to tell you the same thing.
So, which is what exactly? Fuck you. That's on behalf of me and my man because he's a teacher. And on behalf of my best friend, she say fuck you as well, and she don't curse.
And on behalf of two of my other best friend, three. They say the same.
Fuck you. Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Okay, cover that. Moving on, child. Let's get on to Miss Lizzo.
Yes, Lizzo protests Tennessee's drag ban, inviting drag queens on stage in Knoxville. Yeah. So on the show Defiance, she invited 3 queens from RuPaul's Drag Race: Vanessa Mateo, Asia O'Hare, Harem, and Candy Muse, to join her performance in the Thompson Bowling Arena. Lizzo stated, "Why would I not create a safe space in Tennessee where we can celebrate drag entertainers and celebrate our differences and celebrate fat black women?" Shout out to Lizzo. Last month, we talked about this in a political rundown. Last month, Tennessee State Senator Jack Johnson introduced a bill that was meant to target drag performances. Senator Jack Johnson stated the bill is not meant to target drag performances or transgender people, but simply puts age restrictions in place to ensure that children are not present at sexually explicit performances. BS. But positive news from that, a federal judge in Tennessee temporarily blocked the implementation of that ban, stating that the ban may be unconstitutional. So we'll give you more updates. The ban, I think it was blocked at the beginning of April. The ban was supposed to last 14 days, but there has not been any of the news put out about the reinstatement of that ban. But again, another situation of putting laws into place where we really don't
need them, right?
You like to smile? I do. Mm-hmm. What about before we wrap it up, did you want to talk about Serena?
Oh yes, I do not know how I almost forgot our queen. Absolutely want to talk about Serena. Oh, and just again, one more last shout out to Lizzo for that. That was major.
Shout out to absolutely. Shout out to Lizzo.
We love a good ally.
I literally love Lizzo.
Yes, love her. But Serena Williams, our queen, is releasing a new memoir, which is expected to earn $10 million plus, as she's currently shopping around the deal for the memoir. So that's exciting, and
I'm so excited for that. I'm going to read that.
Definitely would be reading. Definitely would be buying and supporting.
I'm going to buy the book, and if she does the audio herself, I'm going to listen.
Absolutely.
I'm going to listen.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to it. To diving into that, because she's legendary. She's the legend, the GOAT of all GOATs, in my humble opinion. So yeah, so shout out to Serena Williams. And hopefully we'll get a documentary too for him.
They have, I know.
Because I know they were recording at one point.
They have docs out there already.
I know. I want to update them. I've seen those. We need new ones.
You saw Being Serena. Yeah. That came out on HBO. Mm-hmm. You saw the other documentary with her and Venus that came out.
Yep.
We got the movie.
Yep.
I don't know.
Now we need one more. Because, they were filming all the way up until her last...
you just slipped my mind. But we're definitely going to get that.
Right.
We're definitely going to get that. So,
I also seen on the court not too long ago.
Playing with those 2 guys?
Was she? Well, I didn't see her playing with 2 guys. She was playing 2 guys?
I saw on Instagram where her and her husband were out for a walk. And they saw 2 guys playing.
She came out and she was playing her boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a little old, though. Oh. Yeah.
See how late I be?
Yeah, but that's fine, though, because I did see her on court. She's posing with a picture. She looks good. Body looks good. And she had her racket.
Of course she's going to play again.
She's coming.
Of course.
She's finna pull a Beyonce.
When did Beyonce retire?
Well, Beyonce, she said how hiatus, and she be real secretive about when she dropped.
Serena went on her retirement, which
she didn't retire. She evolved.
Whatever.
She evolved, which leads me to believe she's not fully retired for real.
We know she's not.
We know, girl.
Her and Venus could literally play doubles until they're 75.
They could and win.
Like they can have a wild card slot in any tournament.
Yeah.
Until they can wheelchair even roll them out.
Yes.
They can play that long.
Not us cheering on them being 80-some years old in a wheelchair.
Playing tennis.
I
would be right there. The tickets would still be sold out.
You hear me? Okay.
Sold out. Just to see them roll around.
Right. That's true. I'll push. Then they got to pay me. I'm down there pushing both of them. But yeah.
So yeah, she's definitely not that. I want to see her in some more doubles matches with her sister. Or it could be anybody. But love to see her play mixed doubles as well. Yeah. At least in the Olympics next year. Maybe Olympics comes back next year. So I would love to see her out there.
Dang, it's already been 4 years.
Yeah. Wow. And it's going to be in Paris next summer.
Oh, okay.
So I would love to see her out there.
Okay.
I would love to see her out there.
We got to get to Paris, friend. To be determined. Coming soon. Okay, but that's all I had from the streets, child. Okay, we talked about enough.
Oh, well, let me step back onto the sidewalk.
Yeah, get on the curb.
Not knowing, because, I just be like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, in light of our historic break, we took a little break, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move into the In Our Bag. As you know, the In Our Bag segment is a segment in which we take a deeper dive into some different concepts and themes. Well, today we're doing it. So let me tell you what we are going to do.
Yeah, I heard all them deep topics we were talking about.
I know. I feel like the episode was so heavy. I kind of feel like the last few episodes that we've had have been really like deep, cultural dives.
Great discussions. Necessary discussions. If you haven't caught up, go back and watch.
And we will continue to do that. But I was like, you know what? This is episode 6. Let's do something lighter. Let's do something more fun. So, in lieu of In Our Bag, we're going to introduce this new segment, and it's called Top 5.
Top 5.
Ooh. So we're going to give each other top 5. We're both going to answer.
Okay. I'm ready.
You can decide if your top 5 is in chronological order or just a general top 5. But I'll give you, I pick a category and you pick a category. And we'll have some discussion. And all the top 5s, I want to hear from you. Do you hear me? I want the comments to be booming.
Please.
I want the comments to be booming.
Yeah.
So, friend, you already had a top 5. We were going to talk about it in a different segment, but we saved it for the end. So, start us off.
Yeah, I'll kick us off. So, we were talking about the Queen, Serena Williams. And this is why, this top 5 came to my head. Anyway, well, I was thinking about the greatest of all time. Like, what is that top 5 list for greatest of all time athletes? What's your top 5 look like?
Start me off because I don't watch enough sports.
Start you off? So you want my top 5 first?
I'll tell you if I like it. No, I'm not. It's top 5. So start us off.
No, tell me if you like it though.
Start me off with your top 5. I'm gonna build mine. I have a few people in mind, of course. So go ahead.
Okay, and I just want to let the audience know, and y'all know me. It's me, but I'm a huge tennis fan and a huge basketball fan.
So we know what his top 5 consists.
So you know where my top 5 is going. So don't be slighted if you don't hear Tiger Woods. Shout out to Tiger Woods. But when we talk about athletes, I think about
Tiger Woods. When we talking about athletes, Tiger Woods is probably like
he's not gonna make my top 5.
All right then, his top 5.
Because when I think about an athlete, I'm thinking about your endurance, running, your strength, power.
So what you're saying to
mindset.
The golf girls? What are you saying to the golf girls?
I'm saying no. I'm saying a lot.
That I have endurance. You are.
The girls, y'all don't have endurance because y'all not. You really don't have to work out to play golf. I could be fat as hell and swing a golf club and still.
Okay, well let's not use that as a.
It still takes precision, aim. It's a lot of other mental things.
Let's not.
Anyone can pick up a golf club. I'm not saying
No,
that.
they can't. I've tried it. It's
But
hard.
when I'm talking about
Okay, let's just get to
athletic,
your. Okay, right. Okay, so
I
let's
gotta
just get to
defend
your top
myself.
five.
I'm defending
Because
myself. Okay.
we're gonna step out that hole.
I'm sorry, Tiger. Shout out to Tiger Woods and all of y'all.
We're gonna step out of there.
But in my top five, I have, of course, the Queen Serena Williams.
Okay.
She's the GOAT-tess and the GOATs of all GOATs for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also have King James.
Okay.
He is GOAT status, of course. Like his athletic ability, he has to be in my top five. Michael Jordan, of course, is in my top five. I can't have King James in my top five and not have Michael Jordan, the King of Kings. Hello. Got everybody rocking J's for a reason. And then the last two, oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess when you get down to picking those last two, you run out of space. Who would be my last two? Oh, this might ruffle some feathers. I'm going to go ahead and shout out to Jackson State. I love the Jackson State University. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and put Deion Sanders in my top five athletes because he's athletic ability. Like
I would have put. Shout out to D. I love. I would have put Walter Payton in there before I put Deion Sanders.
oh, I should have, huh? But see,
Sure.
I'm not a football fan though.
They're better players than Deion. He's great though.
But just his ability and the fact that he played multiple different sports and all of that, like across the board at a professional level, I'll give him that. He five or honorable mention. He back and forth. And then the last one I'll put in there. Oh, I am struggling. Oh, I'm gonna have to go Rafael Nadal.
Okay.
I'm a tennis fan, like I said, and the reason I hold tennis so high because I didn't name a baseball player. I'm not gonna jump into that rabbit hole, friend. I almost jumped back in there.
All right, don't get out. Stay out the hose.
But the reason I chose basketball players and tennis players, first of all, in tennis, it takes a lot, like endurance. You have to run. You have to be able to aim and hit the ball with power.
True,
it's a mental game. You have to play chess.
It's definitely a mental game, but I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm not taking any of the girls out because of the physical prowess of what makes it a sport. I feel like it's all different. But let me go into my top. Write down your top five one more time for the people.
Oh, child.
Quickly, run them down.
Serena Williams. Michael Jordan. King James. LeBron James. Deion Sanders. Not the laugh. And the Rafael Nadal.
Okay, so most of my list is the same as your list.
I can guess which one is not.
Serena Williams.
Okay.
Absolutely. On any man or dead or alive, man or female. Married. Or unisex is Serena Williams.
Wow. Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
No denying it.
Absolutely.
LeBron James. I know I picked two from the same category, but both of them
you have to.
Yeah.
You can't.
You cannot not put LeBron James into a greatest of all time, and you cannot not have Michael Jordan. I don't care the sport.
Right.
Simone Biles.
Oh my gosh.
She's like the most awarded.
She is a
decorated.
Yeah.
Female gymnastics of all time.
I like it. I love it. Yeah.
And we've seen her pull off tricks that no other person in the world can do.
And her reach, inspiring the girls coming behind her too.
Yes.
Great choice.
And I think for me, this was hard. This is so hard because there are so many great players out there, but it's probably going to be Lionel Messi.
Okay, you went soccer with him.
Soccer.
Okay.
He's like the greatest soccer player in the world, like of all time. So
I wouldn't argue with his list. That was a great list.
It was a great list.
Great list.
If I had to swap out and do like one from each sport, I would take.
So who you swapping out? Because you got two basketball.
Listen, I'm not gonna say who. I'm not going to. I won't say who I'm taking out.
Yeah. But
I would probably come back and put. He still won't be. He would probably be like 70. But I would come back and put
Honorable mention.
that Tiger Woods wouldn't be in my top 5. I was like, he'd probably be like number 7.
Okay.
Even if I took one of them out, or 8. Even if I took one of them out, he still wouldn't be the honorable mention. But he's in the top 10. No, I'm not gonna pick that person. They have to be scandalous.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. They had a scandal, so we can't pick him. But
I know y'all are killing us right now. Y'all like, I can't believe you didn't say such and such. I know they eating us.
Oh, they definitely eating us up.
So put it in the comments. Eat us up in the comments. It's fine, and we'll clap back. But
let's go with Muhammad Ali.
Oh, you went boxing. Yes.
Let's go boxing. Let's go Muhammad Ali. He's the greatest boxer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's the greatest boxer of all time too.
People say.
That's what people say.
That's what people say. I mean,
I'm not arguing with you.
Oh, what's the other dude's name?
Mike Tyson.
No, not Mike Tyson.
Frazier, Jeff Frazier.
No, Money Mayweather.
Oh, you're talking Floyd. Pretty boy Floyd.
Pretty boy Floyd.
Yeah, you got
Floyd, but
yeah.
I think when you look at the impact that Muhammad Ali not only had in the ring, which I know people say, "No, what did they do in the sport?"
Yeah.
But the culture,
impact matters,
right? For the impact that he had on our place in society, it's so large
because it opened doors for Mayweather's.
It opened doors for
Mike Tyson's,
your uncle, cousin, great grandparents to like walk down the street and be black in America.
For sure.
Okay, that was hard.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, but I had some good picks.
Oh, child, that was shade, so I did.
No shade. No, I kind of I would have threw what's that white man name? The football player?
No, I would not have. Next.
He's definitely on a goal list.
No, well, not on mine.
I mean, I'm not saying yours.
No.
You see how he is?
No, I understand what you're saying, friend, but me and Tom Brady, the people know I'm a Cowboy fan, and so Tom Brady would never be on the list of mine.
Okay, moving on, because that list right there would get you in trouble.
It really would.
What about this? This is what I was thinking. Your top 5 black sitcoms of all time.
Okay, now this is fun, and this is gonna be hard too. Though.
Top 5 black sitcoms.
Okay, first of all, Martin is going to be on there for me.
Dang it. No. I was going to say, let's see which ones we can agree on.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can agree on Martin.
On Martin? Are you crazy?
No, I don't know.
Are you insane?
No, okay, so it's more of a, like...
You know that Viola Davis meme? When she pack her stuff up
That's fine. I did a LeBron one.
With his little shorts and his little blazers.
He put that...
Okay.
I love Martin, but okay. So for me, it's more of a personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like a huge Martin fan, so like I don't sit and watch. I've definitely seen countless episodes, but it's never been like my first choice to watch. Like it's because I'm watching it with somebody else, my parents. So for me, I guess it's just down to personal preference. Yeah. But I definitely understand the impact that Martin had on the culture. But you know what? I'm going to put it on my list. For 2 reasons. I'll put it on my list. Tashina Arnold.
Okay, yeah.
And Tisha Campbell. Tashina Arnold and Tisha Campbell. That I will put it on my list for those 2 reasons.
Everybody but Martin.
No, I like Martin. No, I love Martin Lawrence. He's hilarious. He's got good movies. Just to show. There are other shows that resonated with me a little bit more.
Okay.
So we're both going to agree on Martin.
Okay.
So that's on our list. It's on the list. Okay. So let's think back classic. Like, before we move to some of the newer age things, let's think back to classic. Classic black. Well, we're thinking of the top 5, but there's got to be some classics in there.
I'm sorry, but
Cosby Show is on mine.
It's funny you said Cosby Show. Cosby Show would be on mine too. I know that. Oh, this is probably problematic to the girls in the comments. Let us know.
I know.
All publicity is good publicity.
But
But it okay. Let's stay on Cosby Show. Cosby Show definitely deserves to be there because it was a staple.
It was
in the black community.
And when we say top black shows, the only criteria is the show, not the people.
The show, the characters.
The characters on the show.
And how they make
Which
you
is why
feel.
Martin is on my list because of Gina and Pam. There's no better duo. They're peanut butter and jelly.
And it's just Martin for me with all them characters. Yeah, it was.
He had a lot of fun characters.
And it's Shanae. Okay, anyway.
Okay. Oh, I love Shanae. Okay, so Martin's on everybody's list. Okay, y'all. Martin's on my list. The Cosby Show is on my list.
Yes, Cosby Show. I'll take Cosby Show on my list.
Okay, Cosby Show is on my list. What else?
Those who deserve to be there. And it's funny you said Cosby Show because I was thinking about, but since we said Cosby Show, I just want to honorable mention Different World. Different World was a great show for black community.
Oh, absolutely.
Vibes. I just learned a lot of stuff.
And it's HBCU culture.
Yeah.
So that's Different World is your honorable mention.
Honorable mention, yeah. I don't want to.
So let's make a rule that we both get one honorable mention. It's not mine, but it's yours. Okay, so we got two. We got two in our top fives, and you got your honorable mention. Okay, cool. Okay. What else in your top five?
You said think old first.
I'm just saying in general, like just because I didn't want us to, some people may name out the new girls and forget that we had some classic black sitcoms. But the category is black, best, the top 5 black family sitcoms. Top 5 black sitcoms.
Okay. Family Matters. I feel like Family Matters has to be on there.
Not in mine, but
Family Matters.
I can respect it.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose.
And
I can respect it.
Laura and
absolutely.
I followed it. Like I watched Family Matters faithfully.
In my top 5, I'm going Good Times.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not doing Family Matters.
Okay, Good Times. Good Times is on my list. Good Times makes my list. Ooh, I'm gonna have to see if you say something. I have to knock somebody off.
No, you can keep Family Matters. That just means you only have one more.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because if you name somebody else and Family Matters have to go, then she got to go.
Okay, so Martin.
Because I want to think of Good Times.
Cosby Show. Good Times. Are on my list.
And I got Family Matters for the time being.
And the people are definitely not going to agree with this.
Oh,
for me.
This your last one, right?
Huh?
This your last one? Besides
I said 2. I said have 2 and honorable mention. Martin.
Bill Cosby. I mean Cosby Show.
Cosby Show and Good Times.
Out of these 3?
That's 3.
Okay.
And y'all, I want to hear about it. The Parkers. I don't hear nothing about it.
Top 5?
It's in my top 5. The Parkers is in my. I get it. I get a personal. I get a personal preference.
Yeah,
and that's my person. Like I will watch the Parkers. I can rewatch it, the reruns every day. All day. It's the Parkers.
I fuck with the Parkers. I like the Parkers.
You know what? No,
but I wouldn't.
You know what? No, they're not gonna be in my top 5. They're my honorable mention.
This is what I was gonna say. I'm surprised you use it as your honorable
That's my honorable mention.
Yeah, she deserves to be in the conversation for sure. If I had to pick one more, and y'all, this is off the top, honestly, because it's hard. This is hard, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
Anything like time. Newer? What you got?
I don't know. I'm thinking. First of all, newer. I don't watch a lot of the new girls.
I mean, not newer, but like not as old as Cosby Show.
Well, first and foremost, I can't have a list without mentioning Girlfriends. Girlfriends has to be on my list.
Ooh,
because she
Girlfriends
was
on my
definitely
list
a staple in me just growing up in life. I
Black community.
I know, and I wasn't a girlfriend, but
Black community.
I'm one of the girls, so I enjoy Girlfriends. And me and Tuesday, like we watched it faithfully. We watch a lot of stuff faithfully. It's a lot of good black sitcoms out there. Now that I think about it.
I know. And I've got I'm down to 2 for my last spot.
Oh,
and they are from two different eras, and
battling what you said.
I'm battling. I am. It's like
Battle our
inner
live friend. I want to know.
turmoil. I like a lot of the slept on stuff.
Like,
My wife and kids.
not my wife and kids. I didn't expect you to say that. Really?
Yes.
Shout out to Wayans. What's his name? Is it King?
Damon.
Damon.
That's Damon Wayans.
Yeah,
And
Damon
Tisha
Wayans.
Campbell.
Also, she, you know what? That's kind of legendary. She made your list twice.
Honestly, she's a legendary actress.
I'm still here, here, here. Don't play with Tisha Campbell.
Yeah.
Man.
But when I
Okay.
tell you what it's up against, you gonna automatically say, "Oh, they're gone. She's out of here." When I tell you what it's up against, you're gonna say she's out of here.
Blow my mind.
227.
227. Golden. Golden. Yeah, you have to
And I
put
say 227
227.
because we watch 227 like at night,
Mm-hmm.
like on Amazon Prime.
Really?
Yes.
See it to this day.
Yes, that's our put something on TV.
Yeah.
That we don't want to have to follow the plot. We gonna watch
Yeah.
227.
That's 227 is hilarious.
That's my 5.
I didn't watch 227 a lot though, but historically, yeah,
It's hilarious.
for sure.
I'm at 5 now. Martin, The Cosby Show, Good Times, 227. Man, what was my other one?
And
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends, yeah.
And honorable mention is The Parkers.
And the only difference that I had on my list was
Instead of 227, you had
man, what was my fourth one, y'all?
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Yeah, she can stay. Family Matters, you made it for now. Until I leave this podcast.
Let me tell you, Good Times, watching Good Times, I was like, ooh, that struggle real life.
Oh, it really is. But Good Time is on my list too, right?
No.
Family Matters, you are gone, baby.
Ah!
JJ,
You got it here first.
Sorry. If it was another honorable mention, you would have got it, girl.
The theme song from Good Times.
Good
Classic.
time. Anytime
Classic.
you need a payment.
I always like, you know what? On Good Times, I'm gonna be with Lona.
That
girl with no kids.
For real.
Rich.
Rich
She
in the
wasn't
hood.
rich. She wasn't rich at all, but hood rich.
Fabulous.
Hood rich. She was the original hood rich.
Yes. That girl.
Well, Lana was the original hood rich. That girl, hot dates, worked at the boutique.
Yes.
She
Bad.
get your little Fashion Over set, 225.
Mm-hmm.
Eyelashes. She was that girl. Still lives in the hood. Still with where the trappers and the ballers be. Period. But she was doing brunches and she had no kids.
Well, until Penny.
Until Penny came. Woo!
Good times.
Shout out to Jenny. That was a good one.
That's a very good one. Yeah. I fuck with that.
Iron Rand. Your second. Go.
Oh, the second one. Okay.
Pick us.
Another topic?
Another topic.
Okay, so we did.
Let's do 2 more. You do another one, and I'm going to do another one.
Oh. Okay. Well, since we on it, black things, and we're talking about black entertainment, you know, we did the sitcoms. Let's talk about top 5 black artists of all time. Ooh, I didn't say black rapper or R&B.
Y'all see my head just went down? So this is strictly like, I feel like when you get into this kind of territory, it's preference.
It is preference. Absolutely.
It's preference.
Yes. All of the lists are, though.
True, but I kind of feel like they're different.
This is more debatable.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Some of those have more like the metric component of it. Like you can be like, okay, like if you're looking at athletes, what have you won? Like, what are your athletes? You can literally look at like the stats.
Yeah.
Because that's your job, is to put up stats. And everybody on our list, unbelievable stats in their game.
Thanks.
Unbelievable influence over the
viewership.
Like unbelievable. Serena, she gonna set out She could be playing at the court down the street with the tied up with the broken neck, and the girls is gonna flood the city.
Oh, I'm gonna be out there. Look at me.
Okay, but you said top 5 black entertainers.
Yeah, of all time.
Okay, so we talking
Well,
what type of
artists.
entertainment? Artists. Okay,
Like,
artists.
as far
So
as like musical artists, yeah.
Woo! Okay, I already know who's on both of our lists, so let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is definitely on the list.
Okay, cool. We here 1-for-1
Mm-hmm.
with MJ. We're not even gonna debate it.
You can't have no top 5 without the king.
You cannot.
King of pop.
Okay.
Period.
2 for me, Beyonce. Take it to your mama if you don't like it.
Period. The queen is on the list.
On the list.
Don't play with it.
Is she going right after Michael? Yes. The fuck.
Oh, she before Michael on my list, but
okay, so we're not gonna put them in an order on here. But
if I had to,
Beyonce is Michael Jackson,
mm-hmm.
and second on is Beyonce. You can't have a list without Beyonce.
Period.
I'm sorry, you girls think she's overrated. A lot of people thought MJ was overrated.
You're just mad that you're not that girl, and that's your problem.
It's Beyonce.
But we're not here to talk about that.
It's Beyonce.
She's on the list.
She's in, and you could argue with your mama. She's the greatest entertainer living.
Period.
There's no other entertainer doing what Beyonce is.
Big
okay, cool. So with
that's our top 2.
That's our top 2.
Top 2 is next.
That's literally my top 2 is and Beyonce. So okay, who else is on your list?
Else on my list, I would, because those are the easy ones. Those are 2.
Those are 2 easiest ones.
Yeah. Oh shit. And I asked this question, didn't I? I try to set myself up.
Talking entertainers.
I don't know, friend.
Black entertainers. Okay, I'm gonna add a third.
I want to say something. I don't want to say.
I'm gonna add I'm gonna add someone else to my list. Stevie Wonder.
I'm not mad at that. Definitely not mad. Oh, I know who. I'm not mad at that.
But he may get switched to honorable mention when you start bringing. But Stevie Wonder is definitely
staple for sure.
A true singer, a true performer,
musician.
Stevie Wonder was that guy. So Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
You?
I don't know how I didn't say this faster, and my apologies to another great queen. Absolutely, the Queen Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah, Whitney Houston
goes on my list.
She's on my
top 5 list.
I'm moving Stevie to my honorable mention, but Whitney's on. She's in my top 3, so we're tied on top 3. It's Whitney Houston for me.
And Stevie Wonder, you can be switched in and out at any moment.
Any moment,
in time, because
any moment, my brother.
You're great.
Hello.
It's respect.
It's the respect.
Yes.
He might be moved. He's definitely at my 6. So
yeah,
top 5. Okay, we're in the same top 3.
Okay.
Let's ask somebody living.
Beyonce living.
I said Beyonce living.
Who else is going?
You know what? No, don't worry about adding anybody living, because I have another question that will kind of help you put in some of your faves. So let's just focus on just the overall
top
black
5 entertainment
black entertainers artists.
I don't have a rapper on the list currently.
Do we need to have one on there?
Not necessarily, but it's your preference depending on what type of music you listen to and what you like and what you bop to.
Okay, the best rapper black is for me is going to be Drake.
Okay, period. We don't have no problem.
But
I don't like his butt.
I don't think he's on the top 5 entertainers list yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's all I can say. He is the greatest rapper.
But it's the artist, though.
Artist, right?
Musical artist.
Top 5 greatest musical artist. I think he's the greatest rapper. I don't think he's on the greatest artist list.
Okay.
Yet. I don't think so. Not yet.
But when you think impact,
But here's the thing,
Billboard
though.
awards,
I get all the accolades and the awards. I just kind of feel like with some of the other artists
countless
that
hits.
but some of the other artists that we've named,
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, MJ, Whitney, the cultural impact has been not only it's been intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like not only did they have the aura around them where they were just being them was impacting the
Mm-hmm.
culture, but there was so many things that they have done intentionally to shape the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel as with Drake, he's shaping the culture, but none of it has like intent. Like it has not been intentional yet to me.
Yeah.
Like right now, like Beyonce is literally challenging how we look at government.
Mm-hmm.
Like with
I see
this
what you're
newest
saying.
album, like she's literally supporting and bringing light to the LGBTQ community, and in the same time showing reverence to black people who created house music,
Right.
which created EDM and dance music all at the same time.
Right.
Like it's like
Right.
there's just so much intention wrapped up
Yeah.
into what she's doing.
And same could be said about MJ
And it's the
and Whitney
same, right? It's
Houston.
the
Yeah, that's true.
same, like the intention that they were putting out in music. I feel like Drake puts out great music and great songs, but I have not. A lot of his latest projects, the intention has not been there. Like,
Yeah.
what are you seeing in your
Just
music?
filler music, just kind of like just so you can have a good time. It's just
Yes,
like,
it's just a good time.
yeah,
Whereas these other artists have good time music, but they had a clear
message.
how they were moving into the world. You see
That's
Beyonce
true.
with her "Be Good." You see her with what she chooses to endorse and what she's not endorsing, like where she's
Right.
putting. I'm not seeing it with Drake yet, and I could be missing it, but that's kind of where I'm looking at.
Okay.
As far like what the impact is. Like if we look at Stevie Wonder, he has defied every odd to be
Absolutely.
who he is.
It's like Stevie Wonder needs to be put back
in the top
five.
5.
Stevie, you have arrived.
And
back.
if we're saying it like that, we cannot not acknowledge the true queen.
Are you finna say what I think you're finna say?
Yeah, the true queen of petty.
Ain't she though?
She is.
Y'all finish the list then, friend.
Aretha Franklin.
Queen Aretha Franklin.
Queen Aretha
Had
Franklin.
to, yeah.
Had to.
Yeah.
The true queen of petty came up during a time where she had to be intentional.
Nice gown.
Right.
Nice gown.
We're still missing somebody though. Right?
We
got MJ.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Aretha.
We do. And we got Stevie.
He's gonna be your 5.
Oh, we still got him on the waiting list.
Just to kind of see like where is my thinking.
Because now I'm ready to go to bat with them 5 right there.
You can definitely go to bat.
I can go to bat with them 5.
You can definitely go to bat with those 5. But then I kind of feel like how I kind of describe what Drake was not doing, I kind of feel like Rihanna is doing. How I said that Drake is not like his influence of the culture is very passive. That's kind of what I mean. Like his influence of the culture is passive, and that's not meaning it's a bad way, but it's just kind of it's.
And you feel like Rihanna's is not passive?
No,
like in her music.
I feel like her influence of the culture is more intentional.
Within her artistry?
Within her art, but see, then you bring it to the artistry.
Because outside, of course.
Outside, okay. So
but that matters too, though. That has to count.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that counts too. So I can take that back. Yeah,
it does.
And then when you wrap into like all of the records that
because even in Drake's personal life, it's still passive. Yeah, it's not like
Drake. You need to get active.
He's right. He's not
That's
active.
what I just learned.
He's not active. How like LeBron is on our top 5 list. He has to shop. He's doing these. He's putting these great people out in interviews. He's got all these things where it's kind of like it's not passive. He's doing something with the passive power that he has. He's pushing it in a direction.
That's true.
Drake is not doing it right now. So we need to see him push all of the passive energy that he has into something intentional.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when other artists are doing it, you immediately notice it. Like you're immediately noticing the MJ impact, the Beyonce impact, the Whitney impact, the Aretha impact on everybody else that came. You can
You don't even
immediately
have to
notice.
think about it. It's not a
Right.
question.
Some of these people were fighting civil rights issues
Yeah.
on this
Aretha,
list.
yeah, shout out.
So Drake is not there yet.
No, yeah.
But Rihanna, if we're gonna talk about not only with the artistry and the music, because to be honest, you were talking about numbers. She's one of the top selling black artists of all time.
Mm-hmm. She's that girl now.
She sold more
As we
albums
get
than
into
Beyonce.
numbers,
She
she's
sold
that
more
girl.
than Beyonce.
Yeah, she's that girl.
She's that girl. She's that girl.
But if
cultural
I had to,
impact, she was like one of the first brands to push shades of makeup for our girls. Our
and
people.
became a billionaire because
It became a billionaire, and now everybody is doing shades for our girls.
Yeah,
like I remember when the announcement dropped and it had all
shout
the
out
shades
to Fenty Beauty
and had all the shades. The internet went insane. How dark the shades went.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sheer number of shades dedicated to brown people, black and brown people, was bananas because no one else in the $1 trillion beauty industry was doing it at the time. I don't know who else. Who else could we put there though?
That's massive table impact. So right now we're going back and forth between Stevie and Rihanna.
Okay, I'm trying to think of. I feel like we're missing. We're going to come to
we're going to be missing somebody. A lot of people though. They're screaming at us.
Oh snap! I'm bugging. Ooh. I am missing somebody.
Oh child, now I'm scared.
Jay-Z.
See, I thought about Jay-Z. I was going to say Jay-Z when I brought up rappers. That's where I was going.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were going Drake.
I was going to say Drake too. I was going to put both of them up there.
Drake's not in the top 5. Jay-Z,
he's definitely not. Not after we done laid out the criteria.
What the criteria was. Yeah, Jay-Z, however, is very much in the top 5 over Rihanna.
Well, no, that's not no slight though. Because
that's slight.
He kind of, guided Rihanna and kind of.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely brought, opened the door for our sister to get in and become a billionaire of her own. He's also a billionaire. And his impact on the culture and black business in general.
For sure. Nobody's going to be mad if you got Jay-Z on your top 5 list.
So let's do that.
But for this list and for my list,
you're
Jay,
honorable mention?
Just because how you did my girl for the Lemonade album, I got Rihanna over you. That's the only reason. I'm being petty. That's the only reason.
Okay, I don't think I could narrow that list down anymore.
Okay.
So we're with Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin,
Rihanna for me. I'm just playing. Okay, it's Jay-Z. I can't.
No.
If she's the mentee and he's the mentor, how can I?
Let's tie them at 5.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? No. I don't want to tie anybody because they don't need to be tied, so we can't tie them.
I don't like this game.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
And I'm indecisive.
What Jay-Z say? No one wins when the family feuds. So
yeah. Shout out to all those great artists. All of y'all are legendary. If we brought up your name, you're legendary. Or legendary.
But I do want to see. Shout out to Drake if you just
more action.
Happen to stumble across this very small, humble podcast.
Yes,
I love you, my brother. I want to say that first.
Yes,
you are definitely going to go down as
one of the
greatest. No, I feel like if he continues his game, he will be. I feel like for a lot of people, Jay-Z kind of has this spot for them. But a lot of people, Tupac, Biggie, or whatever. But there's no denying he's in. If we're talking rappers, he's in the top 5.
Oh yeah, if we're just talking about rappers, period.
For sure. Yeah, top 5. But I want you to be more intentional with the energy.
Get active, my boy.
Get active. you you command a lot of energy, a lot of influence,
Yes.
and just get active.
We
Get
can't
more
afford to
active.
be silent.
We can
We are
not.
all responsible. Even
That's so
us
crazy. Like
too.
I don't know what he
Yeah.
thinks about anything.
Right. You don't. And I would have never thought about that until we brought up the discussion just now.
It's very passive.
It is.
Get active, my boy. Are you black? Are you really black?
But maybe that's something he's struggling with, child,
Period.
Identity crisis and things of that nature. But
So this is
man,
what I was saying. Okay, so for mine, I wanted to do this one.
what?
Okay, top five. Yeah, top five artists like most listened to like right now. Because I feel
Like this month.
like this month, who are your top five most listened to on an average? Because I kind of feel like
I
we
was like,
wanted
ooh,
to
child, let me pull out my phone.
just to
Oh.
just to put people on to something new. And we have a lot of faves that they're not in the entertainers list. So who are you listening to? What's your top five?
Well, you won't be surprised with the number one listen to artist on my list.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, I listen to her every month, every day, around the clock,
It's
24
every day
hours.
for me.
It's Beyonce.
Beyonce's on my list as well.
Every time I get in the shower, Beyonce, you're playing. So she's on the list, of course.
Beyonce's on the list.
Shout out to the R&B girls. Coco Jones, this month you have been on my playlist, girl. I haven't been
Shout out to Coco.
replaying those singers on your album like nobody's business.
Good album. I haven't replayed it, but it was good.
Oh, this is. So shout out to her. I love her low register and just the fullness of her voice. But anyway, I won't go into too much detail. Shout out to Coco Jones. She's currently on my list for April. Outside of her, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Flau'jae.
Who?
Flau'jae, she's a rapper. She's also a LSU women's basketball player that won a championship.
Yes.
They actually went on the Breakfast Club earlier today.
I know. I saw it. I got
Yeah.
it pinned to watch. I'm
Please,
still.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm almost done with Chloe's interview, but they're next.
Oh, and another great interview too, Chloe. And I just want to say, and she got back into my list because if I had to look at my phone, I'm pretty sure Chloe's popping up for April of most listened to. And that's coming from a person I didn't originally enjoy too much of the album, but there were a couple, maybe even 3 songs that I have been tied to for like the past 5 or 6 days that I listen to almost every day. So I guess I have to go ahead and say Chloe too. Chloe Bailey, she's on the list. But I was giving a shout out to Flau'jae from the LSU Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
She was on the Breakfast Club today. She spit a freestyle. Well, I'm pretty sure it was already pre-written, but like she flowed on the mic on spot and killed it. Like the girl has bars, a lot of potential. I was listening to some of her music too before she was, before they even became champions. Because I came across her from it wasn't American Idol. It was one of those shows, America Got Talent or something like that. The girl can spit, and she did like this little remix to Lauryn Hill's "Ready or Not."
Mm-hmm.
Fire. So she's a fire artist. She's one of these female rappers that's not out here talking about scamming niggas, which we love. We love a good city girl anthem.
Seduce.
Yes. We love a little thought bop too, but
shout out to Issa Rae.
She has intelligent like bars, and she's actually spinning by substance, like what we're calling for Drake to do and things of that nature, and just getting active. Like she put this in her music, so she's a dope artist. Now she's not my most listened to, but I had to give her a nod.
Oh, so he done went off on a tangent.
I went off on a tangent because she did so well on the freestyle. Like I can't wait till you listen to it.
Okay, so tie it on, bring it on back for the people.
Okay, I'm bringing it back.
We run the people on today.
I'm bringing it back. Okay, yeah, you're right. So my 3 were Beyonce, Coco Jones, Chloe Bailey, and who else am I listening? Oh, Big Boogie. I'm sorry.
Big Boogie.
I'm from Memphis. I'm sorry. Big Boogie. He been on that. If you listen to Big Boogie, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They're real ratchet, raw, nasty. Okay.
All right.
Big Boogie.
I had to tune in.
And man, who's my 5th prop? I don't know. You go, friend. While I think about who my 5th prop is.
My 5 for this month has probably been the 5 for the same for last year.
For
the year about before that. Like my music habits don't. I don't know. when I'm in a space of intention, I like to listen to stuff that I'm kind of already tuned into. But Beyonce, of course, Drake, of course, Miguel. I listen to a lot of
Oh,
Miguel
come on, Miguel.
and Banks. I listen to a lot of Banks.
Banks,
Yes,
rapper,
Banks.
singer.
She's a singer. She does like it's not pop music, but like alternative pop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's like it's very like sultry and kind of thing. So it's like a calmer. Her music's kind of like a calmer type of music.
Okay, Sade.
Yes, but white.
Got you.
Thanks. And then, dang. Okay, so that one,
It'd be that last one.
that last one is like a tie for me. So I named who? Drake,
Drake,
Beyonce,
Banks.
Miguel, and Banks.
Mm-hmm.
So these four are always in my rotation because I have all the music on like several playlists.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tell play my my sleeping playlist or whatever. That just kind of mellows me out. I can clean, I can work, I can think, brainstorm to literally the same 30 songs. That's like most of my day.
Hey.
So to cap it out, I'm gonna have to do some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Who
So
I'm gonna put. I think I'm going to put for the month. I think I'm going to put Megan.
Okay,
But
Megan.
really for the year, Megan's going to be number 5. I'll say because I listen to
She's in rotation.
someone. There's somebody else I'm going to name after. I probably listen to them more, but I listen to more of Megan's songs versus this person's one or few songs.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to more of Megan's whole catalog.
Okay.
So Megan, and then
shout out to the
Stallion, and then honorable mentions for me are going to be Black. With the 6, not 6 lakh, it's Black.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like Black. I thought you was telling me that color.
No. The artist Black, but it's like it's spelled
okay.
6 lakh
with the 6. Okay, yes.
Yeah. And Division, DVSN.
What type? Is this a group or
DVSN?
Mm-hmm.
You probably heard some of the music. It's a group. See, these are all Black, like neo soul, Black soul artists, R&B. Well, they're not so Black R&B artists. So Black. DVSN Division, however you pronounce it. I don't know if they said Division or it's a DVSN with them, and Snow Allegra. So all R&B artists. Black is a man. DVSN is a group of 2 guys, a singer and a producer, and then Snow Allegra.
Yeah,
so that's it. As you can see, my vibe is very chill and earthy, kind of like I'm like laid back R&B. And then soothing. And if I had to name somebody after that, it'd be Brent because I listen to a lot of Brent music now. Like if you just keep going,
I like him too.
If I keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, it's gonna be like those soul R&B type of artists for me.
See, I have to be in the mood for that. I
have to be in the mood for the opposite.
Though. Yeah. See,
I have to be in the mood for the opposite. So
I'll be ready to.
My default is put on something that's gonna soothe me, like it's gonna move my soul in a soothing way.
I'm ready to talk about shit.
Okay, y'all.
But my last artist, I didn't do my last one. So my number 5, and this is probably a rotation as well. Shout out to the Queen. And I gotta do my honorable mention. My honorable mention is Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
But shout out to the Queen, Nicki Minaj. She
okay.
stays
shout out to
on my top 5, period.
I
don't even know why I didn't think about that. Her and Beyonce, they stay. So period.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Shout out to all the queens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have so many other things I want to ask you. Top 5, but we're not going to do it today. Yeah. We didn't know how this segment was going to go, but I think it went over. I had a good time.
I had a great time.
Well, we need some of that lighter to kind of come back from some of those deep dives. We'll do top 5. Yeah. So let us know in the comments. Send us a message on IG. Let us know what are your top 5s. We did your top 5
greatest of all time athletes.
Mm-hmm. Greatest of all time
black sitcoms.
Greatest of all time artists
of all time.
Yes. And your top 5 current artists that you're listening to
on your playlist.
On your playlist. So let us know, and that wraps up in our bag segment.
Yep.
So let's move to the last thing, part of the show, our favorite part, sponsored by Joy. The homework segment.
Come on, sponsored by Joy.
The homework segment. I don't remember what was your homework for last week, friend.
My home. I honestly don't. Why do I always get to this point and don't know what my homework?
Don't know what your homework was.
Yes.
In our defense, we have not filmed in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has been
a
minute.
That's our defense. We haven't filmed in 3 weeks, and you see, we currently did do our homework before the show. To tell you what the homework was. So my homework for last week was what does intersectionality look like for you? Take a deep dive into discovery. So I hope you were able to sit down, read through some articles, just do some real self-reflecting to what intersection you're sitting at, and how can you best support and advocate for yourself at the intersection. You may find that you may belong to a group of people. So I hope that was enlightening for you on your journey to be whatever it is that you are. And your homework for last week.
Yeah, my homework was treat yourself.
We hope you treated yourself. It was.
Yeah. And I absolutely did treat myself.
What did you do?
The playoff game.
Oh, child. He was balling, baby.
I went and seen the Memphis Grizzlies and LA Lakers play in person. Like, it was amazing. It was a great time. So treat yourself. Don't just work hard. Go out and actually spend some time investing in your happiness as
Absolutely. What is your homework assignment for this week?
My homework assignment for this week is to go back and do all the homework that I haven't caught up on. That is the homework. Go back and actually deep dive in, just because I really need to get back to your therapy homework. That I believe it was the first episode.
Yeah, go to therapy.
Yeah, it was go to therapy.
Go to therapy. Shout out to my therapist. I'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, and I've been checking out some things off my list of like just cleaning and
therapy is hard.
And just organizing myself. I'm pretty sure it is. And I think that's why I haven't, invested the time to actually go, because I'm scared of what it's going to open. But it's good to deep dive and go to those things. So my homework is just to go back and catch up on my homework.
My homework is going to be what I sent out to the group text this morning because I was feeling away.
Oh, it was good. It was right on time.
It was right on time. So this morning I sent out a text message. I said, "Good morning," of course. I said, "We're only giving what we got this week. Fuck that above and beyond bullshit."
Period.
So my homework for you all this week is only give what you got, not a penny percentage more. Don't give any more than what you got this week.
Yes.
And as for that above and beyond bullshit, fuck that shit this week.
Go low, baby.
That's it. Go low. Graze the scrub the ground. You remember that song? Scrub the ground. That's what you do this week. Scrub the ground. And while you're down there scrubbing the ground, you will find that you have more time to do what you want to do. You have more time for self-care. You have more time for self-reflection. You just have more time to rest. So
lighter mental.
Lighter. Everything just becomes lighter. Don't go above and beyond this week, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's going to be like, some people may scream, but get what you got.
You're the bosses.
Bare minimum this week. You deserve a week of not being pressured by society's norm of doing more than what is required of you and more than what is asked of you. So,
I love it.
Only get what you got. It's my advice. It's my homework. Do it.
That might be my advice for the year.
Do it.
I'm doing that homework. I'm doing that homework all year.
And when I say only give what you got, that's not to yourself. It's to others.
Yeah, right.
You always do the most for you, for yourself. But only give what you got to others this week, y'all.
Ooh.
Only give what you got to others.
You were heating up over here. I love that. I love it.
That's all I have for the week. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Make sure you're following us on social media if you're not already. Follow us on Instagram at 2 Gold Mics Podcast. That's the number 2 Gold Mics Podcast. And follow us on Twitter as well. We can find it 2 Go Mics.
I have to get logged into our Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify or anywhere you find your podcast, Apple Podcasts, you can see us live.
Yes.
In our full, beautiful skin and glory on YouTube.
Yes. In our coordination. Because we dress.
We try to.
We do what we can.
We do what we can with what we have. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. Shout out to Mariah Carey. That's my final thoughts, y'all. I want y'all to be out here. I want y'all to be safe. I know the streets are warming up and outside is open. So I just ask that you continue to be aware of your surroundings, Black people.
Please do.
And to be honest, for any person, you are the one person with your best interest. So just be mindful of that. Do the homework, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yep. Go Grizz.
Go Grizz. And thank y'all for tuning in. This is 2 Go Mics. Peace.